living in the house of a soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt you made it home. Living in the house, the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. In the kingdom of love, there is no competition, no contradiction, and no control. But you can take possession and claim your passion, working on a building that cannot be bought or sold. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt you made it whole. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Step into the feeling of sweet surrender. Let yourself remember just who you are. Take your own sweet time and ease your troubled mind in the secret sanctuary of the heart. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, where you know without a doubt that you made it home. Living in the house of the soul's belonging, coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Coming back to the holy ground that you've always known. Coming back to the holy ground that you've always known.
Good morning, and let's thank Huron for that. Welcome to Unity of Wichita. My name is Eleanor Ferris, and I am serving as your platform leader today. Our other friends serving this morning are, again, Huron Bro on music, with Jessica and Brian working the video and sound jams. Our affirmations and meditation are brought to you by Monique Boyd. And sharing our message is Unity of Wichita's spiritual leader, Samantha Jones. Let's thank them all with our applause. Our greatest desire is that you are inspired. The meditation and the metaphysics And so with the power of release, we switch microphones. Our greatest desire is that you are inspired by the music, the message, the meditation, and the metaphysics we apply to this human experience. You are a blessing, exactly how you are expressing, and we are grateful. It's a new month, so it's a new power. The power is release or renunciation, elimination. The color brought to you by Brown. One of the co-founders of Unity, Charles Fillmore, did the work to surrender and be receptive to the divine idea to identify and celebrate 12 of the billion of divine powers with which we are innately born. Every month we celebrate our 12 powers, and the month of November is your month to check in with how you affirm your no. A month to choose, release, to let go. Eliminate and renounce. Because this presence, this force, this benevolent universe is conspiring for this good in this moment. And that includes your participation with your thought-tripping elimination of what does not serve your highest good. So when you look in our Unity Metaphysical Bible Dictionary, it's the first of the month, we're going to look at what it is. You can look up release, you can look up elimination, but like many things, words evolve. And its present nomenclature is renunciation. So Fillmore's metaphysical definition of renunciation is as follows: a letting go of old thoughts in order that new thoughts may find place in consciousness. A healthy state of mind is attained when the thinker willingly lets go of old thoughts and takes on the new. This is illustrated by the inlet and outlet of a pool of water. The center of renunciation, sometimes called elimination, is located in the lower part of the abdomen. And this power carries forward the work of elimination of error thoughts from mind and waste from the body. And so there's your ontology, folks. The components of the metaphysics around the divine concept of complete elimination, release, renunciation. We are fully human and fully divine. The Unity metaphysical practice is a tool that helps you remember this again and again and again. So we eliminate all thoughts of judgment as to what you might sound like aloud, and we declare our mission statement now. Inspiring spiritual transformation as a vibrant, diverse, and inclusive community. We further eliminate error thinking as we affirm our statement of being. So only one presence and one power in my life and in the universe. God the good, omnipotent. Now, the first of the month also indicates the most glorious of times, your birthday month. So if you were born in November, please stand. Please stand and let us honor you. And if you're in our online community, snap a little silly picture of yourself so we can say happy birthday to you too. Brace yourself for this birthday blessing. Now is our time to silence our cell phones so we may be fully present to welcoming our first-time guests. If this is your first time in the sanctuary, please choose to pick up one of the welcome packets and fill out that sheet. Place it in the offering plate as your contribution to our experience this morning. If you're joining us online for the first time, please say hi in the chat so we may honor you. We invite you to pop open a new tab and check out our website. Learn more about weekly events and offerings. Unity is a worldwide ministry dedicated to the awareness of the Spirit within all. Unity practices and shares all practical tools for spiritual living. We invite you to consider these teachings wherever you may be on your spiritual journey, for you keep what works for you and gently use that power of release to let the rest go. We open this window of sacred service now with the blessing upon us all. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you. And we behold the Christ as you, just as you are. So I invite you to welcome spiritual leader Samantha Jones as she leads us in another unity practice, affirmative prayer.
Thank you, Eleanor. Let's give her a hand. She's showing up and doing her best. No, that wasn't an impression of Patty. That was Eleanor uniquely showing up just as she is, and we so appreciate you. So in this moment, we're going to shift things just a little bit. She mentioned affirmative prayer, and so as we move into prayer this morning, we're going to also include an affirmation. Are you ready? Yes. Okay. I am the best me I can be. I am the best me I can be. I am an expression of God. I am an expression of God. And as we carry that into our time of prayer, I invite you to bring forward in your hearts and mind's eye those who you're holding on your prayer list. Whether they be a collective or individuals in your life, I invite you to just envision them now. And as we hold them in collective sacred space, we awaken the inner presence of divine, unconditional love. That we envelop each prayer request with that power of love and presence, knowing that all things are possible. All things are possible through God. And as we remember in this moment that we were taught and brought forward into the understanding that the presence of God is always with us. And if God is everywhere completely present, then God is here at the very point of me and you and even your prayer request. And in this moment, we awaken our hearts to that love and we say again with power and presence, I am the presence of God pressed into visibility. I am the presence of God pressed into visibility. I am the best me I can be. I am the best me that I can be. And God is here. And God is here. And so it is. Amen.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Open, 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 I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Open, 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 I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. Open, 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 open,
Good morning. I'm Monique Boyd. I will lead us in today's affirmation and meditation. Please join me as we say the affirmations together as a collective. Once they come up. I work with God to release within me what no longer serves me. I forgive all with unconditional love. And so it is. Amen. As we go into meditation, I want you to get comfortable in your seats. Either lower your eyelids or close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath and let it out slowly. Let your body relax and take another deep breath and let it out slowly. Let us go to the center of your heart space. Today is a lazy day in bed. You wake up to the sound of rain outside. You lay in bed and connect with God with each soft raindrop you hear. You hear the word release. It is time for you to release all that no longer serves you, to release any anger, resentments, fears, anxieties, doubts, and worries. Let them all go, fall away like raindrops to the ground. With releasing comes forgiveness. It is time for you to forgive. Forgiveness is not just for those who have wronged you in any way. Forgiveness is also for yourself. It is the hardest to forgiveness to grant. To say, I'm sorry, I forgive me for letting myself do this. Please forgive me. Ask God to co-create a new life and destiny from here out is true forgiveness and unconditional love. Once self-forgiveness is done, forgiving others is easy. Releasing those burdens to God to turn into gifts for you. Now it's time to get up while everyone else is asleep. Go outside, release, and let the warm rain wash away what no longer serves you, and let true unconditional love fill you. When you are ready, wiggle your fingers and toes and open your eyes.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to make it through another day, you've got to let it all go. Let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit control my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. Yes, by faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. I let the Spirit control my life. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. Yes, by faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit control my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, it's only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. Yes, with my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Yes, I'm free in the Spirit, and I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Good morning. So some of you here know that I am currently in the field ministry program. So basically that means that I'm going through the steps to the ordination through Unity, Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. And one of the feedbacks that I received from the mentors at the credentialing site said, "You know what your superpower is?" And I said, "What?" Because it could be a lot of things in my estimation. But they said that, just kidding. I'm not. But one of the things that they said was, "You are really fantastic at titling your talks." And I said, "Really?" They said, "Yeah." They grab your attention. Like today, the F word, does it matter? Now, tell the truth. Tell the truth. When you saw that on your e-blast, how many of you went, "What?" Uh-huh. What's that say about you? That's my question. No, that's the point, right? The F word doesn't matter. And the answer is yes, it does matter. The F word is forgiveness. Forgiveness. How many people associate forgiveness with Thanksgiving? One or two. Well, when I think about forgiveness, and I think about what that implies and what it means that we are letting go, releasing, I hear that song in my head, that we're letting go and releasing the resentments, the anger, the judgment that are holding us back from truly expressing our gratitude for life. right? Does that make sense? So Webster's defines forgiveness as to cease to feel resentment against or to forgive one's enemies. It's to give up the resentment or the claim to retaliation. Ooh, that opened up a whole new bag of worms, because then we start thinking about the cycles that we create in our families, the cycles that we create in our friend groups, in our marriages, in our relationships, a cycle of anger, forgiveness, toxicity, anger, forgiveness, toxicity, right? You guys are probably familiar with this cycle sometimes. So to forgive, according to Webster's, is also to release the claim for retaliation. So as we're exploring that idea, I start to think about who in the world would be the best example of giving up or forgiving anger, resentment, wrongdoing based on releasing that claim to retaliation. And a couple people came to mind, but one in particular is a man who was an activist. He fought for the civil rights of the people in his country. He was jailed for 27 years, and then he became the president of said country and brought that activism into fruition. And I see lots of heads nodding, so we know that that's Nelson Mandela. And Nelson Mandela says that resentment, holding on to it, is like drinking poison and expecting the others to die. Right? How many of you have done that before, that you've been in unforgiveness and you just knew that because you were so mad, that other person or other people were just going to suffer? And did it happen? When you were driving down the highway and someone cut you off, did the horrible thing happen that you thought about saying that may or may, nope, it didn't include any words. It certainly didn't include the F word, right? Forgiveness. I forgive you for cutting me off. So when we think about people like Nelson Mandela, who emerged from this incredible, personal, collective tragedy of denying a whole group of people their right to exist even, right? And he emerged from this and said, I love you anyway. I'm going to lead not just the people that look like me, but I'm going to lead all the people. And lead did he. My goodness. One of the most inspiring people in the world, to my estimation. And so it brings us forward to the next person who expressed incredible love. And we know him as being Jesus. And today we're referencing Matthew 18. This is 21 through 22. And Peter walks up. He comes up to Jesus and he says, Lord, if another member of the church sins against me, how often should I forgive? As many as 7 times? And Jesus says, not 7 times, but 7 times 7. 77 times. Right? There's 2 different translations that come forward. That's 70 times 7 or 77 times. Either way, the point is you forgive a lot. And Nelson Mandela was certainly a great example of that, wasn't he? I'm sure he forgave far more than 490 times. So we look at that number 7, as we do in in Unity, we look at all of the little parts of Scripture and we explore how they connect to our lives. And this one's a big one. Just know that we're going to look at it next week as well. But this week, let's look at number 7. So number 7 is this number of completion, right? God created the world in 6 days and rest on the 7th. So it took 7 days because the rest is important. To relax and recover and recuperate is part of the process, right? So 7 days is what brings us to perfection, completion, wholeness. And Jesus is saying that that's how many times you forgive, so that you can return to this understanding of wholeness. You can return to a point of completion, right? So, when we start thinking about the teachings of Jesus, there's one other one that comes up all the time in my mind, especially when I'm angry. And that is when Jesus said that there is this one great commandment to love the Lord your God with all of your heart, all of your being. And the second one is just like it. It's to love others as you love yourself. Right? So forgiveness and love, they have to come together. You can't forgive without that power of love. But we're humans, and we exist in this physical world where people are mean and they jail you wrongfully. Sometimes you are imprisoned by your own design, right? And so we have to ask these questions, but I'm still angry. I can't forgive. I don't trust this person. I'm not ready to forgive. My feelings are still hurt. I can't forgive. And I think about the young man who was murdered as he was jogging through the neighborhood. And he was murdered by a couple of men in the neighborhood who had followed him because they didn't think that he belonged. And his mother came into court and she said, "I forgive you." And I thought to myself, if my son was jogging through the neighborhood and someone killed him, I don't think I could forgive him. Not like that, not that quickly. So I had to think about this some more before I could come here and say something about it. And I sat with it and I thought, there's a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. You see, forgiveness is all about following that commandment of love, right? Forgiveness is all about being present to love, the unconditional divine love that we have in our heart space. That's what forgiveness is about. But reconciliation is about the relationship. It's about the ongoing interactions in the physical world. So can she forgive and still be hurt? And I believe now, after a few years of contemplating this question, I believe now, yes. And I've asked myself, where have I forgiven when I wasn't quite ready to? Where have I done that? And I started to realize that all of those things that brought me forward into this world that was traumatic, that I've cycled through again and again and again, either in my life or in my relationships. And I said, as I was exploring this, I said, enough is enough. And I asked, can I forgive? Can I forgive those who offend me? And I finally determined that the answer is yes. But this is where the cycle ends. This is where you are giving up the claim to retaliation. This is that part of forgiveness from Webster's that caught me off guard. The claim to retaliation infers that you continue the relationship, that you continue the cycle. And so as we continue to explore how to forgive, let go, and release, it's not free. Forgiveness isn't free. It costs us. It means that we have to leave behind and give up our offended heart. We have to be willing to let go of that cycle that even though it's not comfortable and fun, it's familiar. So we keep entering, and we keep getting offended, and we keep having to forgive. Which is where I believe that this is a good time to ask the question, why? Why should we forgive? Well, for purely selfish reasons, I say, it reduces your stress level, your sleep quality improves, your fatigue is greatly diminished, and you can be at peace in your body, your mind. And finally, it is the final form of love that we can express for ourselves and for others. Isn't that a really good reason to forgive? So, Huron played this beautiful Ho'oponopono. And if you're not familiar with that practice, it is a practice that originated in Hawaii. It's an energy practice of healing and forgiveness. And the first time that I came across it, I was really confused because the first line in the practice is, "I am sorry." And I've got to tell you that this girl who wrote a title, "The F Word Doesn't Matter," said, wait a minute. Why am I saying sorry? Why am I apologizing? And why am I asking for forgiveness? This doesn't make sense. So I had to go back again. You know, have you noticed this? We always have to keep going back, don't we? Or is it just me? I don't know. But when we go back and we start exploring all of these meanings and all of these ideals behind forgiveness, the first answer is, I am sorry. I am sorry that I have been seeing you, this expression of God in front of me, this point in space that houses the divine presence of God. I am sorry that I have been so angry with you. Please forgive me. Thank you, and I love you. So we're taking responsibility for our actions and our own feelings and our own thoughts. It's kind of a unity thing to do. So as we're exploring this Ho'oponopono practice, and I do that a few times for myself, what happened next was the person that I was angry with, their vision, I had this vision, and it wasn't really a vision, it wasn't a hallucination, it was the knowing that they were coming in front of me in the purity of themselves, that divine presence. And that's when I got it and I understood. This healing practice is to heal us at our point of oneness with God. So I invite you this week to practice the Ho'oponopono. Because next week, we're really going to be exploring how we carry forgiveness for ourselves and open up space in our soul real estate for the love that Jesus talked about, for the love that is being demonstrated all around us. So this week, focus on that Ho'oponopono. Call upon those people in your life that you're holding anger towards. Call upon the very essence of them. And I'll even post and share some music for you so that you can be part of the chant. You can chant it yourself. So that next week, when we come together, you can truly start melting into the self-forgiveness practice, the practice of loving the presence of God that you are, just as much as you do all of those beautiful presences of God around you. Are you excited? You are? So, poor Jessica. There were a lot more slides than I think she probably used today. Sorry. Thank you. I love you. Please forgive me. See? So, what's your assignment this week? Call upon those that you have been carrying anger for. Call upon them in your meditation and your prayers and practice that Ho'oponopono. I will send it out tomorrow morning. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Aren't we gifted here with Sam, Monique, Euron? We should charge money. But instead, we just say, would you please? And so now is the offertory blessing time. While we are blessed by the music, message, meditation, and demonstrations of love, we are always blessed in all forms. Tithing being time, treasure, and talent. We appreciate you all. So please consider releasing some of your abundance by giving a tithe or heartfelt offering this morning. If you're here in the sanctuary, the ushers are here in the front, waiting to come and receive your gift. If you're at home online, hop over to that chat box and click on the donation or PayPal link. You could also come say hi, drop it off during the week, because we're here at 21st and Oliver, Monday through Thursday, 9:30 to 3:30, with nothing better to do than to serve you. Yes, it is true. I'm not joking. And so whatever you're contributing this week, hold it over your heart or hold your hand over your heart as you visualize your secure electronic tithe. We bless all gifts of appreciation as we declare, divine love flowing from me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Does anybody else just feel like they could jump out of their bodies and start dancing? Thank you all so much for your generosity. In this moment, we bless these tithes and offerings, knowing that they go forth to support the ongoing efforts to inspire transformation in this world, in this community, and within ourselves. We are so very grateful for this to share. And so it is. Amen. And so this morning, we have Wayne Donner. Oh, thank you. We have Wayne Donner here this morning sharing all kinds of joy, light, love, and laughter. I bet you can't wait. Here he comes. He loves to dance. I've heard that about him. He can cut a rug. You forgive me for that introduction.
Just, once again, we are all paying attention out in the outer sanctum. Okay, this morning is the first Sunday in the month, so it's potluck. So please stay and enjoy the festivities. I know we have some folks who are here today for the first time, and some folks who maybe haven't been here in a while. So if anyone didn't, or someone forgot, if you didn't bring any food this morning, don't worry about it. There's always plenty to go around, so please stay. You may have seen the Operation Holiday boxes in Fellowship Hall this morning, which is an indication we're getting toward that time of the year. And the holiday giveaway conducted by Humankind will be in December. So they're looking for new children's coats. Up until this year, the goal of Operation Holiday was to try and give one coat per family. They have changed their goal this year to try to give one coat per child, which ramps up the need to 7,000 plus coats. So it's a very aggressive intention and goal, so all the help we can give will be much appreciated. Also, they're looking for new blankets, gift cards for teen gifts, and non-perishable food items. Non-perishable food items that contain a 2022 date. If the date on the can or the box is prior to January 1 of 2002, it will be...
You mean 2023?
No.
Okay.
2022.
Okay. Just checking.
If it's prior to January 1 of 2022, it will be regifted. So please keep that in mind. It's sometimes amazing. We don't have a contest, but we do share the oldest cans we come across. You'd be amazed at the dates on some of the cans that come out of some folks' pantry, which makes Shirley and me at home check all of our cans this time of year. Marty Williams Annual Tree Raffle. The tree is in the gallery. If you want to get an early look at it, raffle is $2 a ticket, or 3 tickets for $5. Special meditation is Friday, November 11th, which is this coming Friday. That's all right, it's the same. Jessica added a late entry, so I still have that one. The special meditations is Friday, 6:30 Reiki meditation. We are decorating the church for Christmas on Saturday, November 19th. Boy, I have a lot of forgiveness this morning. That's okay. The Yoo-Hoo will begin at 10 o'clock Saturday morning on the 19th. There is a sign-up for that out in Fellowship Hall. We are having Thanksgiving dinner. That would be on Thanksgiving from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. There's a sign-up for that based on what you're planning to bring. The church is going to provide the entree, but the remainder of the meal will be based on a potluck motif. And the sign-up with a number of people and the side dish, etc., is in Fellowship Hall or can be found on the calendar on the website. A week from Tuesday on the 15th. Of course, we all know what this Tuesday is. So please go vote. If you haven't already, the lines may be long, so I would recommend trying maybe to vote tomorrow, because I think you can still vote at the early spot, the election office downtown. Creation Station is a week from Tuesday on the 15th at 6 p.m., working on gnomes.
That'll be fun. Thank you so much. And we're going to let that go today because we're running late. Thank you.
Okay.
But I did want to say really quickly that for the Deck the Halls, that will be the beginning of our volunteer appreciation campaign. And if you were here last year, you met my friend Julie Wright, who is an amazing and very talented massage therapist who will be here, allowing you to rest your back after you've worked so hard. So, as we come together, I invite you to stand as we share in our prayer of protection, followed by the peace song. We know that we are so blessed to be connected to so many beautiful, wonderful people. So I invite you to go ahead and link up, however that is, raising your hands, holding hands, whatever you're comfortable with, as we say together, "The light of God surrounds us. I am light. The love of God enfolds us. I am love. The power of God protects us. I am power. The presence of God watches over us. I am presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well."